You never see a remake as unnecessary as Aladdin 2019! La da! Aladdin 2019! Directed by Guy Ritchie, written by John August, the man that wrote the Tim Burton remake of the Willy Wonka, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie that starred Johnny Depp. This movie stars Will Smith as the genie, who was originally played by Robin Williams. Mina Mossad plays Aladdin, our title character. Naomi Scott plays Jasmine. She played the Pink Ranger in the recent Power Rangers movie. Marwan Kazim plays Jafar, our villain. Navid, I can't say that last name. He plays the Sultan. And then you have Nazim Pegrad playing Dalta, who is Jasmine's handmaiden, and the genie's love interest. Yes, in this remake, the genie gets a love interest, because we really need the genie to have his own love interest. Now, I love the original classic animated Aladdin. And of course, this movie doesn't really need a live-action remake. A live-action remake would be interesting, but it's really not necessary, especially since the great Robin Williams is dead and cannot play the genie anymore. And when it was announced that Will Smith was playing the genie, how dare you remake Aladdin now that Robin Williams is dead? This movie would not work without him. I mean, there's no one else that could play the genie like Robin Williams, right? But the one character that got the most criticism is actually, just like in the original movie, the best part of the movie. Now we all know the plot of Aladdin, a street thief that falls in love with a princess, Jasmine, is given this opportunity to win her heart by this evil villain named Jafar, who is the advisor to the Sultan, Jasmine's father, and he says he'll help Aladdin win her heart if he gets this lamp from the Cave of Wonders. But then Aladdin finds out that the lamp has a genie that can grant him 3 wishes. So he makes friends with the genie and uses these 3 wishes to help win Jasmine's heart, even though the limitations of the wishes is that the genie can't make anybody fall in love with his master, Aladdin, and that he can't bring anybody back from the dead. It's not a pretty sight. If you've seen the animated movie, you know that Aladdin decides to wish to be a prince to win Jasmine's heart. Prince Ali, Ali, Alibaba. And I'm not going to say what the second wish is, but we all know that the third wish is that he agrees to set the genie free as his third wish. And that's pretty much our movie. Now, this movie, I had very low expectations because the classic animated movie does not need this. Many of these movies that Disney has been remaking into live action films do not need to be remade. I would like to see a remake of Black Cauldron maybe, or Treasure Planet, but many of these movies that are getting live action remakes, they really don't need them. You can pretty much just enjoy the animated version at your home, but how would Disney make money on that, really? No, we want to make twice the money with a live action remake. Now, Will Smith is the best part of this movie. He really does a great job as a genie. I did like him in the movie. I did like Mina Mossad as Aladdin. I thought he was really good, and he has great chemistry with Naomi Scott, Jasmine. They really hit it off together and have a great connection. The Handmaiden was okay, but considering the fact that the majority of the screen time is focused on Jasmine and Aladdin when it comes to romance, there really isn't any screen time devoted to Dahlia and the genie for their romance, really. So you really don't feel any chemistry between Genie and Dahlia. You do feel chemistry between Aladdin and Jasmine. The songs in this movie are great. I did like the songs in this movie. Even though I've heard these songs a million times in the animated classic, I thought the remake of these songs were pretty good. I did like Will Smith's version of You Never Had a Friend Like Me and the Prince Ali's song. I did like the rendition of A Whole New World. And you see Jasmine and Aladdin flying around that magic carpet. That was really cool. Abu, the monkey in this movie, is very cute. And Raja, the tiger, is pretty good. Alan Tudyk voices the parrot, Iago. But unfortunately, Iago doesn't have as much personality as Gilbert Gottfried gave him in the animated classic. How dare you have Iago with no personality, huh? That is stupid! But basically, he's just a parrot that talks, really. And unfortunately, we don't get to see Jafar transform into a snake. In fact, Jafar is actually the weakest part of this movie. He's actually the worst part of this film. I wanted a Jafar that was more of mustache twirling Jafar. You know, a Jafar that was very imposing, because Jafar is one of the best Disney villains ever made, you know. He's one of the best Disney villains of all time. And for a live-action remake of Aladdin to have a weak Jafar, really? That is not good. Great that we have a genie that is almost as good as Robin Williams, but Jafar being a weak villain, really? That makes the movie not as good as the original, of course. And I really wanted a better Jafar. I really think this guy is miscast. I think they should have gotten this Arabian guy from the Brendan Fraser Mummy films. He played this character named Arda Day. He would have been perfect as Jafar. In fact, I think he played Jafar in the Disney ABC TV show called Once Upon a Time. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just get him to play Jafar in this Aladdin remake? I know that particular actor is very old now. Maybe he's not the right actor to play Jafar. You want somebody a little bit younger, but still within a good age to play Jafar now. The Jafar that they have is not imposing. He's not intimidating. And that's the problem with this movie, really. Another problem is much of this feels like it's filmed on sets. It really doesn't feel like it's filmed in a desert or within Arabia. It feels like it's filmed on a set stage, really, and that's not good. I did like the costume design, I did like some of the production design, and the acting I thought was pretty good, although some of the acting does fall flat. But really, I just prefer watching the animated original movie, you know? I mean, this movie is fine, but you can't beat the original. It's impossible. Overall, I do think this is an okay movie, but I really think this is just a rental. I'm going to give this movie a C+. If I had 3 wishes, one of them would be don't make any more live-action remakes of the movies that are already great, okay? But unfortunately, we're not going to get that. We're going to continue to get more live-action remakes of all the animated classics. And that's all I got to say for Aladdin.